Okay, welcome everyone. This is Shooting in Weekly, episode 95. And we just enjoyed a little bit of Parodius from the PC Engine intro there. Beautiful music. And then this episode, we're going to be comparing the different versions of Parodius Da, or Parodius as it was known in the West, and also taking a look at a couple 1cc, 1 credit clear plays and recoveries. And those will be going to be performed and talked about from our expert Parodius version guest, and that is Super Viper T302. And I'm just going to call him Viper on this episode. So welcome, Viper, to STG Weekly.
Yeah, I'm super glad to be here.
Yep, and also I'm being co-hosted as well by Cream today. Hey, Cream.
I think I might need to disconnect again. After a wonderful start.
Oh, I'm not hearing Cream at the moment.
I'll disconnect.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Cream.
Hi. I said everyone.
I can hear you now.
Okay, we're having a little Discord issues, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Awkward. Just disconnect. Just disconnect.
Again.
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay. After a wonderful start.
Yeah, indeed. All right, so Viper, you contacted me a while back about wanting to do a version comparisons episode, and we got a bunch of different versions we're going to be comparing. That's right. The SNES as the base comparison. Then we'll be moving on to
the arcade.
And then we'll be moving on to PC Engine, and then comparing the NES and the Game Boy versions. But why don't you talk about why Parodius Da in particular, and what's the deal with the name Parodius Da, and any other background that you'd like to start talking about?
So Parodius, if you're unfamiliar with the infamous Gradius series, Parodius is basically a parody series of that. There's 5 games in the series. There's Parodius, which was released for the MSX in 1988. The game we're going to be comparing the ports of is Parodius Da, which translates to It's Parodius. And it was released in 1990 for arcades, and these are the home console ports of it. Next in the series is Gokujo Parodius, or Fantastic Parodius, released in 1994 for arcades. And then there's Jikyo Strawberry Parodius, which was released for the SNES in 1995, I think. And then later ported to the PlayStation and Sega Saturn in 96 as Jikyo Strawberry Parodius Forever With Me. And then the infamous Sexy Parodius, released in 1996 for arcades.
So you have the whole series there. So, but on this episode, we're comparing the Da versions in particular. Why Da? And what's with Da?
Parodius Da, in my opinion, is definitely my favorite in the entire series. And I just really, really like the differences between the home console ports. It's always intriguing to see what's cut out, what's still there, and how overall the game has just changed, because none of these ports are exactly like the arcade version. There's some differences about them. Mm-hmm. And I just found it really intriguing. And I wasn't planning actually on making videos because the NES version in particular, I hated for a long time, and then I finally figured it out. More info will be given on that in a short amount of time, but yeah, I just always found this intriguing. It's interesting to see how a game changes between ports.
So, as we go through this episode, we're going to start off with checking out the Super Nintendo version, just called Parodius, that's right?
It's also called Parodius Da, but in the PAL versions of the game, it's actually called Parodius Nonsense Fantasy. And another difference with that version is the screen scrolling is actually a lot slower. And the Omega stage is called the Lollipop stage, and it's all translated in English. I just choose the Japanese version because it's the original version, and it's a little bit better, more faithful.
I see. Mm-hmm. Okay, so why don't we jump...
Infamous?
Yeah.
I mean, can you tell us?
Look, you're disconnecting for me, I think. Oh. Well, she's gone. And now I have to disconnect again.
Fun.
Already having mic issues. Okay, you just want to get started?
Yeah, we're gonna get started here, checking out the Super Nintendo version, and we'll have plenty of time to just talk about some random stuff.
We'll have
and
plenty of time.
yeah, we got plenty of time. This is gonna be we're gonna be hanging out, checking out Parodius, having a good time.
Yeah.
Checking out the versions and just kind of hanging out here. So
Yeah.
let me get this video ready to go here. Okay. Uno momento. Okay, we have signal. All right. Are we ready for a countdown to start the
I'm
SNES
ready.
video?
I am ready.
Cream. Hello, Cream.
Right.
Oh no, we don't have a Cream. Oh my God, these Discord issues.
Yeah.
Cream, are
don't
you there?
mind.
Hey,
All right, we're here. Are you
Sure.
ready to start this video with us?
am I coming through?
You are coming through.
Yes, you are.
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
good. Good. Because, like, it's been weird. But
This is
Yeah,
weird.
I-
Yeah.
I was
This is-
actually asking to explain, like, why Gradius is infamous and why Parodius is infamous.
Okay.
Well, I mainly say infamous because the series isn't that popular anymore, which kind of sucks. But this Gradius is definitely my favorite video game series of all time, and I'm just never going to stop with it. But it's infamous because no one really knows about it that much anymore.
Maybe
I
you're
should
just
probably
Go ahead.
like so-called Gradius syndrome, which is where like the game's all like good and easy until like you get hit by something and then suddenly you don't have any weapons and it's like terrible.
Yeah,
and
Re-
Yeah.
You'll see several of recoveries and 3 of the versions actually. One of the ports, which is actually the Game Boy port, it's actually a deathless run, and I'll elaborate on why that's a bit of a surprise more later on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say the most infamous thing about the series is probably just the whole cuteness, because it was kind of one of the progenitors of the cute 'em up. I would say that was probably some
Not to-
implications there, I'd imagine. But
Not to mention, it is a little inappropriate, but
yeah, so
we'll get past.
let's watch the video then. I'm gonna do a countdown. It's gonna be 3, 2, 1, go, and we'll have some fun then.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So we've got plenty of time because we have to watch the intro version. We have to watch the intro. Believe it or not, the SNES is the only version of the game that actually keeps the intro from the arcade version.
Yeah, as far as I know, this was pretty true to the arcade, right?
Yeah, this is probably the most faithful. The most faithful version is actually the Sharp X68000 version, but I don't have a video of that, so...
Sure. The countdown for all the games that led up to it. Those are previous.
Except
previous Parodius.
they made the title screens look a little goofy. And this is
Yeah, that
actually,
one.
believe it or not, this is actually a remix of the title demo theme from Gradius 2.
Okay.
um,
Okay.
Hardly any of the Parodius songs are actually original songs. They're either based off of songs from other Konami shoot 'em ups or classical music.
Right. Right. And then you had a lot of the ports too that would take away the classical music because of copyright. And
Yeah.
then you like I think the PSP games had to have some new music or something like that.
Yeah, the
Those things came
PSP
out.
port. The PSP port actually replaces a song for Parodius style. It replaces the stage 4 theme. Oh, Japanism. All right.
Be like the first.
I'm sorry, can you elaborate? So you might be wondering why I'm choosing Vic Viper. I choose him for one reason and one reason only. And that's that his theme is the best.
Does it? So wait, is this the theme that plays always in the space stages? Is that how it goes?
Each character has a different dogfight theme. This is called Vic Viper's theme.
Oh, I love the dogfight theme. Okay.
And I just like Vic Viper's theme the best, especially in the arcade version. And I'm so used to playing as Vic Viper that I just choose him for every port. So.
I mean, your name's Super Viper T302. I mean,
yeah,
it seems obvious.
I don't play with Vic Viper in every Parodius game, though.
Okay,
just
okay.
this one. So, Parodius isn't just Gradius. There's actually a bit of a twindy element in it, and that's the bells.
Right. Yeah, the bells. You know, you have the yellow ones. They give you points, and
I'm one of the people who actually farms from yellow bells. So I usually like to grab every yellow bell I see, and I usually don't like to let them drop.
The point values increase on the yellow bells when you collect them.
Yeah, they start at 500, and if you don't drop any, they go to 1,000, 2,500, 5,000, and then 10,000. But once a bell falls off the screen, the score value resets, so you're gonna see me try to avoid that. And coming up right here is one of the most hated parts of Parodius, and that's the roulette.
Yeah. Freaking roulette. It looked like the roulette was actually slower than the arcade in this version.
That's a good thing about this port, yeah. Yes, the roulette
I just noticed
is a little
that.
Slower.
That's nice.
This is the only
really
port actually that's slow. Also, I think Cream disconnected again.
Oh man.
Do you want to disconnect?
I guess. Right.
I'm here.
Oh, she's here.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I was.
So here's a big meme. Here's a meme of the Parodius. Here's a meme of the Parodius series. It's the cat battleship.
Right. That poor cat.
Which makes a comeback in Gokujo Parodius.
Can you explain like why he roulette?
I don't necessarily hate the roulette in this game because I actually memorized where all the roulettes are. So it's not terrible in this game if you know where it is, but in other games, it's hard to figure it out exactly. So I usually just have roulette turned off for the other Parodius games.
Well, the worst thing about the roulette is that you can accidentally select the exclamation point question mark icon, which resets all of your powers back to 0. That's the bad part about the roulette.
You'll see that happen way later on in this stream. You'll see that happen. Where I basically screw myself over by selecting that.
Like, I don't understand why they put the freaking interrobang in there. By the way, that's kind of like an interrobang is an exclamation point combined with a question mark. Just felt like using that
I don't
word.
know why they didn't just make it like Gradius 3, where you can have like specific power-ups marked to that.
I don't know, like, they just wanted to be cruel. Like, maybe the question mark exclamation point is like a parody on other power-ups, and they just want to fuck you over.
I do have to say it's pretty useful, because in the arcade version, you can actually use it for rank management.
Oh, okay, there you go. That's actually useful.
I don't use it terribly often, but it's helpful.
Yeah, so rank is a big deal in the games, right?
It's not so much in the home console ports, but in the arcade version, it is terrible.
Ah, okay.
Like, the rank is just god-awful in all the Parodius arcade games, because I think starting with Parodius Da, actually, Konami started using the counter dynamic. Yeah, where it's like, as you get farther in the game, this counter is increasing, and basically, as the counter increases, the rank gets higher. I'll try and elaborate on that.
An invisible rank counter is what you're saying.
Yeah, and its hugest impact is time since last death, actually. So the longer you go without dying, the faster it increases.
Right, survival rank.
Yeah.
Classic Konami right there.
Stage. So that clown stage, I basically would like to consider it a scrolling background with enemies. And coming up is another iconic part of the Parodius series. We have the infamous Chinchabinta Rika.
So what does that translate to?
No clue, but she's also known as the Las Vegas Showgirl.
And she's a parody of the Shadow Dancer from Gradius. So
Yeah, the Crab Walkers. I should also mention that this song is a remix of The Final Enemy from Gradius 2, which is also a common trend for these types of bosses in the Parodius series.
I always love this boss music.
They were
Yeah,
having a little too much fun when they were programming this, personally.
I mean,
I bet people have joked in the past that there were some drugs involved when this series was made. Oh, and gotta love it, the safe spot.
that's nice. Yeah.
Fun fact, that works in every version of the game.
Okay.
Also, as you'll see later on, every time she stops, in every other version of the game, with the exception of the NES version, she actually does a hip-shaking motion that they censored for the SNES version.
So there's no hip shake here.
Yeah, no, but there is in the PC Engine and Game Boy ports, and the arcade version. And coming up is the reason people claim, it's basically why people claim that this game wasn't released in America.
Oh yeah, America chicken guy.
Yeah, Eagle
Nice.
Satake. I call it, there's a bunch of different names for it. I call it Eagle Satake, but it's a parody of the Phoenix boss from Gradius 2, which is also why the boss name from that game's playing.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good theory that of why it didn't come to the U.S., yeah.
I would imagine that's not the reason, though. Shoot 'em ups don't really sell well in America, unfortunately, and I bet this series would just confuse players. So, I would imagine that's the why Parodius was never released in America, unless you're me and have Parodius Portable imported.
Yeah, those imports are really pricey nowadays.
All 4 of these runs were played on an emulator, just so you know.
Okay. What emulator do you use, by the way?
I use the VizEd RGR plugin, and I played them all using the Mednafen emulator, which is the only way I can record SNES.
Oh, okay.
But I just use it for all other ports.
So this is about where the game starts to get a bit difficult, doesn't it?
Not terribly.
Like, this is... but a lot of the people who play this for the first time might get here, though, and you might die, and then it'll be hard to recover.
This can be an
right?
easy stage to pick up on, because it's as you said, it's hard to recover because there's a lot of enemies, and it can get crowded.
Right.
Can you tell us how the
How the
I love
background,
it when-
what cream you cut out after background? Something.
can you tell us if the bells work?
So there's 5 different colors of bells in this game. There's yellow, which is the type that gives you points, which you usually see me collect. There's blue, which will give off a bomb, which gives you a bomb that you can blow up everything with on screen. There's green, which causes your ship to grow and basically makes you invincible for a short period of time, and you can kill enemies by touching them, but you can't fire or pick up bells, so that's a bit unfortunate. And there's white, which gives you a megaphone, where you can kill things by basically yelling as loud as possible. It's completely useless.
It does good damage, though, doesn't
Yeah, I usually ignore it because it's kind of useless.
it? Yeah, it's
And
like...
then there's the red bell, which gives you 3 laser beams that you can fire, and it's basically a wall that blocks bullets and kills enemies for you. But the useful factor about that is while you're on the beam, you're actually invincible. So
Oh,
you
wow.
can use it. You can use it to basically shield yourself from harm.
Like, wow, just completely invincible if you're on the beam, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately, there is a way I do use this in this video, but it's on loop 2, which we won't be showing, unfortunately. I use it to recover against a boss on loop 2.
Okay.
So here's the infamous Hot Lips boss with the can. Yeah. Oh yeah, fun fact, I died here on loop 2 and actually had to recover, and this wasn't the one where I used the red bell. On loop 2, I managed to time this boss out with nothing but 1 speed up.
Okay. So once again, for people coming into the room, right now we're just taking a look at a Parodius SNES full run as the basis of comparison. For the next, we'll be checking out the PC Engine, and the
For
Famicom,
barely any time at all.
and the Game Boy versions.
Yeah.
So we're just talking. We're just talking about Parodius right now.
So this is where I'd say the game actually starts to get difficult because there's a lot of easy ways you can die here, especially near the end. The two worst parts are at the end. And those pigs are easy because missiles killed them in one shot. SMC 18133. The reason why I don't do the arcade version is because I don't have a video of it. And I preferred if the gameplay was mine, so that way I have a reason to be commentating. Anyways. So yeah, here's the Japan stage.
Yeah, those damn Sakura trees, you know.
The sumo pigs. Also, I choose to be a badass and not select shield for the first few stages, which ends up being a mistake, but
there's no option thief in the Parodius games, is there?
Not in this game. There is in Gokujo, but it only appears in 2 stages. Yeah, actually I think this is a good time to talk about the Big Viper's laser. And the Big Viper's laser has a huge hitbox, and it can be used with enemies. Also, yes, I do use the double. I'm one of those people.
There's no trouble with double, my friend.
Yeah. In this game, it actually does fire pretty fast. I feel bad for Cream because nothing she's saying is coming through to us.
We're having a little old rotten cream issues here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So these volcanoes are a pain because it's very easy, especially in the part where there's 2 going off at once. It's very easy for a rock to hit you from behind. Especially with Big Viper. And this boss is terrible. It's really scary. Because the enemies that fall are completely random, and sometimes they can just screw you over.
Okay. Wow.
Like that.
Yeah, you had your options set up and everything, but nope, it got through.
Yeah, and now I have to beat this boss with literally nothing.
You just got wrecked, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
I was really surprised it got through the double. There was trouble with double. After all.
I don't think it would have mattered. Maybe the laser would have been better because it has a bigger hitbox.
Yeah, those fall really quickly, huh?
Yeah, I figured out at this point that 1 speed up wasn't enough, so I should probably do 2.
Will Viper recover?
And actually, I was actually really ticked off at this point because I did a practice run the previous night before I recorded this, and I didn't die here.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucked.
Well, the recovery is always an exciting thing about Gradius and Parodius games, I think.
Yeah. Because it's...
Well, there's the stigma that people think you can't come back, but you can, you really can.
I did it here.
Yeah, so it's proof.
Fun fact, if that boss times out, the sign just falls on it.
Nice.
I did it on the PSP version one time. The bosses in this game have interesting timeout methods.
That intro.
Welcome back, Cream.
I think it should be better now.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Alright, we hear Cream.
So now I have to make it through this stage, which isn't terribly hard.
You missed Viper, he died twice on the last boss there, so he's recovering now.
Yeah.
Oh, do you need a... Oh, okay, never mind. Oh man, this music is godlike.
Yeah.
It always felt like it fit the game so well, but it's actually like a classical song.
Yeah, and then
Remix.
the last part of the song is apparently a remix of the old Stone Age from Gradius 2, but I hear no resemblance. And this is a stage where Big Viper's laser is actually pretty beneficial because you can just sweep the enemies. And it's also helpful to have missiles, because they'll just go down words and kill everything.
Just
So yeah,
so
here I basically
tricky.
have like, here I have like 30 seconds of downtime. In the arcade version, they have extra enemies coming for you at this point.
You were saying, Cream?
And then here I just
Uh-oh.
dance to the music.
It's so like bizarre.
This stage is
Yeah.
actually kind of a play on of the Battleship stage from R-Type, apparently.
Right, right. I mean, it's pretty natural for them to want to parody R-Type since R-Type and Gradius were competitors, essentially. For...
Oh yeah, of course, and I know it's a little late, but I should mention I also died to that boss on loop 2. And I managed to recover after like 5 lives. And that's the one where I used a red bell to get past it. So, the SNES has a good difference here. The boss normally comes out of the back of the Moy battleship, but it actually comes after the battleship disappears.
In the arcade? Oh, wait, compared to...
In the arcade version.
Oh,
In
okay.
this version, it doesn't.
Okay, okay.
And here's the boss that they brought back in Gokujo Parodius. And don't even ask me what this boss uses to attack, because I don't really want to answer.
I mean, they're Moe heads.
Yeah, but people like to joke that there's something else.
That'd be like go on the Konami online store, perhaps buy an item like that.
Yeah. This is a pretty easy boss to die to because it's easy to get cornered.
Yeah, it looks like you kind of were dodging those pretty nicely. Do you know what that guy's saying back there? The guy hiding behind the moon?
No clue.
Okay, maybe someone
I'd have
else
to
in
ask
the
someone
chat.
to translate. And coming up is probably my favorite stage in the game, just because it's so fast-paced and it's so cool.
He was probably saying, "Not my virgin eyes" or something.
Yeah.
He's saying, "Look at me."
First shield of the run.
All right, we have the
First
shield.
shield of the run.
All right. Does this shield protect all around your ship or just the front?
It just protects the front.
Okay.
And it has a huge hitbox, and in the arcade games, I think it actually increases the rank by a huge ton.
Yeah.
So this
that
stage
sounds
is a
about
pain in
right.
the neck with the roulettes, because they are everywhere.
So, are the roulettes specific to power-ups, or are they random when you grab a power-up?
They are specific to power-ups.
Oh, really? So you can avoid
And
them.
here's my first drop bell of the run right there.
So why do you grab the item that gives you the roulette, though, then, if you know which power-up
It helps
is?
with recovery. It helps with recovery.
Okay. But in this case, you already have
This
your...
is also probably my favorite song in the game. Let's Get Deeper with the Gunkin March, as I call it. It's actually a parody of a Japanese march theme. 3, 2, 1, bam.
There's a lot of stuff there. You know, the screen scrolls really quick, a lot quicker there, too.
Yeah, and I was basically, there's nothing I could do.
So here's another recovery, no more recovery action on STG Weekly episode 95. Oh no!
It's a little difficult to recover at this point, especially because I hate it when, like, in the PSP version of the game, I'm used to the hitboxes being pretty small. In this port, they're a lot more precise, which sucks.
Okay. Bigger hitbox, huh?
Yeah. And the enemies don't hesitate to fire.
Oh man, that didn't look like you hit that. You hit the pink spinner there, bumper.
I don't know. I don't know what hit me. I'd have to rewatch.
Hey Cream, I
And
heard
this
you
one
say
I'm
something
all-
for a second.
I'm again ticked off here because this is another place where I didn't die in my practice run. So yeah, I think I'm doing fine at this point, and then that happens. And at this point, I'm just like, okay, if I die one more time, I'm done. And of course, this is the attempt where I make it. Spoiler alert.
I'm gonna reconnect to the Discord myself real quick.
Okay.
In an attempt to get Cream back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just
Rip
in time,
Cream.
I finally made it. This isn't checkpoint milking. I actually was a little bit struggling there. So here's Viva Core, which is actually a parody of two different Gradius bosses. Big Core and Crystal Core. With the Gradius boss music playing.
Of the core boss. That's what it looks like to me.
What'd you say about the core boss? He said something core boss looks like to me.
It's a hybrid of basically the
I was asking
the
Cream.
Core from Gradius and Crystal Core from Gradius 2. So yeah, finally made it.
Yeah, only got one life and spare here.
Yeah. So here I grab a bell power up. I use the blue bell because there's one part of the stage where you don't necessarily need it, but it really makes it a lot easier.
The blue bell, you say?
Yeah, it gives you that bomb.
Oh, the bombs. Okay.
Which, fun fact, when you use one, the entire time you're inside of the blast, you're invincible.
Oh, okay, nice. Good tip. Good tip.
It's a good farming tip in Sexy Parodius in the stage with the wall, with the gigantic wall, where you can just use a blue bell to just go through the wall and then grab all the bells.
Yeah, speaking of that,
That pig made like the same sound.
crap, I keep on only getting bits of you, Cream.
We're gonna ask about my yellow bell farming.
Oh, no.
Are you gonna ask about it? Oh, and here I accidentally used the blue bell because I hit the wrong button. And then I just decide here I'm just gonna abuse the lag.
Alright, there may be some banging in the background on my side. That's just something related to, that's like the Beavers and Parodius. They're working hard on this episode.
And then here I get locked in. Here's a green bell. Here's the green bell.
Okay, nice. Yeah, these are I always thought these were fun to use.
Yeah, I don't use them often because I like to get as many yellow bells as possible. Yeah, so Lunas, that can be an issue because it's very, it doesn't apply to green bells though. Green bells, you can't pick up any other bells.
So unfortunately, Discord is being a meanie, and Cream is gonna be withdrawing for now. So she'll be hanging out with you guys in the chat.
Here's probably the second most inappropriate boss in the game.
I mean, seems appropriate to me. I mean, she's trying to get some rest, and
It's not sexy Parodius, thankfully.
like she's trying to get some rest, and like you're going in here shooting her in the face, and she's crying. Like, seems pretty appropriate for the situation.
And then you have to love the fact that I activated the shield, and a whole like 5 seconds later, the announcer said shield.
Oh, was that because there was like some other sound effect playing, or?
I don't know. I don't know how
something to do with the boss.
It seems
boss
weird
sound.
because like if you activate a power up as soon as you recover, then the music actually is delayed. It actually starts a little later. I don't know how it works.
Like, how do you feel about ruining that woman's sleep back there?
Don't care as long as it gets me further in the game.
Okay, the game.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So fun
It's
fact,
Pentaro.
the song in this stage goes by 2 different names. It's either Monomo Kira no Kunikara 90, which I assume is the Japanese name, or it translates to From the Far North Country 90.
Cool.
Oh yeah, so Lunas, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but
I think you got it.
Stage 8, this stage can be tough, but it's not that tough in this version. because coming up here is another difference between the SNES and arcade version. And here's the part where you're ambushed by a ton of fish, and you want to know why this part's special? In the arcade version, every last one of them shoots suicide bullets, no matter what difficulty you're on.
Oh, fun. So, is the strat like to kill them all or not kill them?
I kill them all because it's very easy to just... especially because the game will just start slowing down, so it's easy to apply abuse.
That's what I figured.
And you can just hide near the top. And then here's the part where double doesn't do you crap, but thankfully there's a blue capsule here. Because these tiles are full 16 by 16 squares, so double... You can hit the penguins on the backside, but it's really hard.
Oh.
So yeah, bullets coming from both sides. That's fun when you're trying not to die.
So it sounds like this version has a lot of balance tweaks to make it a little bit easier.
This version's definitely easier than the arcade version. Then again, every port is. Because that game can get insane.
Yeah, the arcade Parodiuses are pretty evil.
Yeah, like, by stage 4 in the arcade version, if you don't manage rank properly, you can have suicide bullets by stage 5. On loop 1, on normal difficulty. God. And here's probably the worst boss in the game.
Oh, I love the blowfish.
Yeah, except not when there's a spike. Not when there's a spike literally coming out of the place where you need to shoot it.
Well, I mean, you're doing it up.
This can be insane because it chooses to take up a huge portion of the screen, and you have the spikes constantly coming for you. It's just a whole ton of crap. Especially in this version, since you can't just hide at the top like you can in the arcade version, you have to constantly be moving.
If you played Gradius 3 arcade, you're probably traumatized by some of the hitboxes of the sprites in that game. So
yeah, that game does have some pretty bad hitboxes.
Going up to the blowfish, you're probably thinking like, oh, I can't trust him, by being extra careful.
Yeah, hitboxes again, they're balanced in this port.
Remember, guys, that's just Pentaro working in the background. He's working hard in the episode. He's working hard, guys.
Ooh.
Working hard, guys.
The scoring for this stage actually slows down.
Oh, Lord. Pentaro, shut up. Pentaro, please. We're at the graveyard, awesome,
chat will recognize this meme. I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
Yeah, let's not bring up that meme more, since I actually know that guy as a friend.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
I had to bring it up.
It's okay. It was used for fun.
So yeah, grab a blue bell that I don't actually need, but I have it just in case.
Okay. Oh man. It's the skeletons. Okay, so
bad, but when there's a lot of sprites on screen, they actually fire less bones in their spread shots. So.
Hey, those ones didn't have bones. Those fish.
Yeah.
Oh wait, those are the fish. They don't have it. Okay. Yeah, I really like the design of this stage. How you got like the bottom part with the mountains, and then the top is kind of like the sky. Like, it's pretty neat.
And then the umbrella when it starts raining. One quick thing about bell power-ups is that when you have one active, you cannot use the skill.
Say that again about the bell.
Absolutus just pointed out in chat, you can't activate a shield when you have a bell power-up active.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I have a blue bell active here, and if you notice, there's nothing in the shield slot.
Gotcha.
And here's a pretty nice tribute. Coming up is the Carrascas, which is a parody of the Iron Maiden sub-boss from the original Gradius, which is the stage 4 sub-boss. And in the arcade version, they're freaking hell. Because this is easy. There's so many of them in the arcade version, and they take so much health. And in this port,
oh, that's again, cute. That umbrella.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that umbrella?
It's during the rain effect, and here I use the blue bell because even though I didn't need it.
Oh man. Yeah.
In the arcade version, you basically need like 2 blue bells to survive.
Really, really. Wow, that's pretty cruel. Like Parodius, they should have called it like Trollodius.
Never heard that one before.
It makes sense though, because it's like, yeah, I wanted to mention too, like in the MSX, I don't know if you mentioned it too, but there's a part in the MSX one where there's literally there's a wall, and you have to use a bell. Yeah, you have to have a green bell or something to get past it or something.
If you ask YouTube user ASpark what he thinks of that bell, or that wall, God.
Yeah, it's like
MSX Parodius is it's not a terrible game. It just has some really stupid parts. It has those. It's the game where it's like it seemed like a good idea on paper.
I personally like that one quite a bit myself. I'm constantly like mute. By the way, I'm constantly
I haven't yet 1cc, so just play.
By the way, I'm just constantly muting and unmuting to get the less bangs on the stream. By the way.
Okay.
It should be no problem.
So this stage is actually exclusive to the SNES port, believe it or not.
Oh, excellent.
I think all except for the PC Engine have an exclusive stage. So yeah, this is a bathhouse stage, and I think the first time I played this stage, I used to think it was a restaurant stage.
Oh yeah? Why? There are people bathing.
I don't know. I don't know. I thought it looked like it. I did figure it out.
I like to go to that restaurant.
I really like this song. Even though it's overused in the versions of Parodius stuff, this was actually the song they replaced the Stage 4 theme with in the PSP part. So yeah, we're just shooting a bunch of stuff. Nothing really special happening. Except for this part where the enemy just comes out like, oh, I'm back.
It's fun to watch the, any shmup, but even these games too, you have all the, like, the guys scrubbing each other in the background there. You can't really appreciate that when you're playing the game.
Yeah.
It's always fun to, watch that.
It does catch my attention though.
It's fun to watch that.
Coming up is, it's a clever idea, but it's kind of terrible if you don't know how to go about it. So there's the 3 pathways, and you have the pigs, which don't take that much health to kill, and the skeletons, which are just flat out terrible. You can kill them, but they take way too much health, as you'll see here.
Oh yeah, you barely killed that one down there.
Yeah.
Let alone 2 would probably stop you.
Which is kind of why I have the blue bell here.
Oh my god.
As you're about to see, I don't need it, because I found out that you can do this.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, fun fact, I found that by accident in my first playthrough of the game.
Nice. That's a good one.
Like, I was trapped by the skeletons, and I just randomly moved up, thinking I was going to kill myself, and I was able to go over the skeletons. It's very useful.
And like, you're putting those penguins who had their head on fire, putting them out of their misery. That was nice of you.
And then here's the boss that takes way too long.
He's like, hey, I'm trying to wash my hair. You fuck.
Yeah.
That face, he's like so realistic looking.
Yeah.
Well, in a way.
The most common creature in the Parodius series, I would have to say, is the penguins.
Yeah.
And octopus. Don't forget the octopus. They're pretty notable.
Were you getting points from the bubbles? Oh yeah, you are.
Yes.
Probably milk this guy too.
I try to kill him as quickly as possible, and this is as quickly as you can kill him.
Okay.
But I guess I figured at the same time I might as well just use the bubbles as a farm.
I like that they have like bubbles as something as a thing, because everyone always like thinks it's funny in like Gradius how it's like the bubbles are such a threat in like Gradius 3, for example, and then there's a crystal stage in Gradius 2, and then there's bubbles in Gradius 4. It's like what's with bubbles being? It's like what's with bubbles in video games being so like tough and durable? They're just freaking bubbles. Calm down.
And why are they in space?
Maybe that's what gives the bubbles like the power. Is it's like when they're in space, they get like extra durable.
I would imagine.
Maybe that's it.
So here's the final stage, and you're probably not going to be surprised, but this is actually the exact same layout as the final stage from the original Gradius. With the same music and everything. Like, enemy positions are the same, power positions are the same, and the layout's just overall the same.
Yeah, see those penguins like stoking the fire? Like that's what's going on in my house right now. Like they're stoking the wall with banging it.
Yeah, this is like a Lego fortress almost. It's also kind of a common trend in the Parodius series to mimic the final stage of another Gradius game. Like in Gokujo Parodius, they mimicked Gradius 2 Arcade, and in Jukyo Shabre Parodius, they mimicked Gradius 3 SNES. I hate to admit this, but I'm actually a little sad they didn't like take the arcade version of Gradius 3's final stage and make it a little easier and then use that. Because that, in my opinion, is actually my favorite base stage because of how creative it is. It's hard, but it's creative.
The arcade Gradius one?
Yes.
Yeah.
The arcade Gradius 3. It's really creative.
Oh, Gradius 3 is okay. It's hard to get to that one. Well, at least in the arcade.
Yeah.
Good freaking luck getting past that cube rush.
I actually am going to admit this now. I'm probably the only person who doesn't hate the cube rush.
Man, well, I mean, there's a method to it, right? There's a method.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't mind because it's a fun place to farm.
It is kind of a fun recovery point. I will agree there.
And yeah, here's the shower cage, the mimic of the electronic cage from Gradius. And unlike the arcade, and unlike Gradius, it's not safe to go inside the cage unless you're like feeling really gutsy. It's better to just go on the top.
Was this the Parodius where they just flat out say like we love Gradius like at the end of it?
Yeah, I think that Gokujo Parodius did it also. I want to say Jukyo Shabre Parodius did it.
It's like they obviously it's like they could just keep making Gradius games, but like people it's like they want to do something else, so it's kind of neat that they.
And as per tradition, the final boss is the hardest boss in the entire game. Kappa.
Good Kappa.
Yeah. With this, and now we have the incredibly ridiculous ending. Oh yeah, it says we love shooting games.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, for Gokujo, and then the other one's Gradius. Okay, yeah. Gradius 1, right.
And then the Game Boy port, which actually says we love Gradius 1 too. Fun fact, this ending theme is also in the PC Engine version of Gradius.
Oh no, the Dick Viper's on fire!
Yeah, because it crashed into the camera. That's Parodius for you.
True.
We should probably get ready for the PC Engine version.
Okay, so we're not looking at any of the loop right then? Is that what we decided? Okay.
I love how during the credits, it credits the MSX Parodius, Gradius 1, 2, 3, Salamander, and Arcade Parodius games.
Like, yeah. Wait, well, what's that room thing? Is that like the rooms of the buildings they worked in or something?
Probably.
It's like, this is the Parodius room, yo. All the cool kids are here.
Yeah. And here's the infamous We Love Gradius 1.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. You ready for PC Engine?
Yep, give me just a moment here. So, moving on to PC Engine. Yeah, preface this PC Engine a little bit while I pop this up here.
So, PC Engine port isn't that much different from SNES. It omits a couple of stages, and it's pretty faithful, but I honestly think the sound in that game is lazy. We're not going to be showing too much of it because there's not a whole lot different. There's just a couple recoveries I want to show, and one thing different from the SNES version that's notable. Alrighty. Actually, I want to show the intro.
Okay. Yep. Give me a moment.
Which is like a minute and a half, I think, because it's different, and it's not like what you'd see in any other.
Yeah, give me a moment. I'm just kind of messing with the aspect ratio a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the fault of Remake. I use Remake Video Converter so that the videos don't take like 6 hours to upload.
It's okay. I'm actually gonna make this look nice.
Yeah.
I hope, anyway.
So.
One moment.
For some reason, it only applies to PC Engine recordings. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that looks a little bit. That looks a bit better.
And it looks a little better. I don't know how we can actually make it that much better.
Okay, let's do a countdown then.
Okay.
3, 2. Oh.
What?
Ready?
Yeah, I'm at the beginning.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
So we're gonna start off by showing the new intro, which is about twice as long, and I really don't know what Konami was on when they made it.
I mean, they don't have to be on anything. I mean, come on. You can be creative without drugs, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like so sick of people saying that. I don't know. It's a little pet peeve of mine.
It's a joke.
Yeah, it's just a joke, but
so
people say too
going
much.
On?
Yeah, what is going on? Okay, I think you're getting ran over by a Pentaro army. It looks like. Yep,
yeah, and then we've got the dancing girls and the dancing trees.
Oh, that Pentaro came to clean up your corpse there. How nice of him. So
I think it looks like the puffs from the battleship in the background are Japanese symbols.
Oh yeah, they are. Probably just saying puff puff.
And then the Carrascas make a comeback for absolutely no reason at all.
This intro's crazy.
I know. Okay, be ready to skip ahead because we're just about done here. And no, I don't know what the Japanese says.
It probably just says puff.
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
And then we finish up with the penguin eating a bunch of candy.
Yeah, that's just Pentaro working on the episode back there.
Okay.
Never mind him.
Okay, I'm at 650 now.
Okay.
When you're ready.
Okay.
There's vertical scrolling in the entire PC Engine version. It's just a thing with the PC Engine Gradius games.
Okay, let's count this down. 3, 2, 1, go.
So here's the first major difference, and that's that Chinchabin Tarika, you're gonna see her do the hip shake here. I should also note that the reason why it kind of stops sometimes is I believe it's loading checkpoints.
Okay. Right, checkpoint right there, I imagine, yeah.
Yeah. Except it doesn't seem to happen all the time, or like it doesn't happen for as long and it's not noticeable.
It could be maybe the music loading or something like that, or I don't know. I guess
except it would load right as the music starts.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, here's the hip shake.
Ah, there it is. I remember that hip shake fondly in my memories.
There's actually a censored video where it compares the arcade and SNES version about that hip shake. Censored gaming.
Ah. That's cool.
Okay.
Like, she's already provocative enough. Like, why remove the hip shake? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
I'm at the 15-minute. I have my cursor over the 15-minute mark.
So. Oh, you just want to show that? Okay, yeah, cool. All right, let's go ahead. We got the hip shake in, everyone. That's confirmed on STG Weekly. All right, I'm at 15 minutes.
Okay, 3. Or are you gonna count me down, or is it okay?
I'll do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
So, what you're gonna see with this is better. This is actually one of my favorite songs in this version. This is a really good remix of this song, and You're gonna see better bell management, and I have full power.
So what are some of the main differences from the PC Engine to the
vertical
arcade, I guess, or the SNES?
2 of the stages are actually removed. The Moai Battleship stage and the water stage.
Okay.
They're removed in this port.
I see. You
And
see
I
the vertical
really don't
scrolling
like-
whenever you move up and down. It's always happening. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's also in Gradius and Salamander for PC Engine.
Ah, okay.
And
Ooh.
And the only thing I can really blame for that death is my greediness.
You were at the front of the screen.
Yeah. But I actually managed to recover pretty quickly here.
Well, Viva la Cor,
Oh my
after all. You're at the casino. Gotta make that money, yo.
And I do a better job with managing bells. And here's the white bell, which I accidentally grabbed.
Nice. Fitting. It's like you're just yelling, like, get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah. If you really want to see something weird, look at what he says in Parodius Nonsense Fantasy. I don't remember exact quotes.
Viva Cor.
Yes. Or Electric Spectacular Core, depending on what you want to call it.
And the animation on the arms is kind of impressive.
Yeah.
You gotta love the PC
Yeah.
Engine sound, too.
It was a little lazy in this port, especially during... we're not going to show it, but during the ending, the sound effects are pretty lazy.
But it seems like the PC Engine sound really kind of fits. It fits the game well enough, which is nice.
Yeah.
PC Engine, of course,
The
aka the
special, stage
TurboGrafx.
the special stage theme is incredible.
Yeah, that song was really good. That was the song we used for the intro. That was really nice, actually.
Yeah.
Oh man, bullets.
Oh, and yeah, so the rank is actually incredibly high at this point. I believe the PC Engine version actually manages to emulate the counter effect.
Oh, okay. There you have it. PC Engine closer to the difficulty of the arcade than the SNES version.
Yeah, because the bubbles are now coming out at like twice the rate they did normally.
Oh man, those are some tight squeezes.
Except I don't even know if this is how they would behave in the arcade version at full rank. Because this is ridiculous. And then the fast enemies and the fast bullet spreads, those are issues as well.
That pig sound effect was pretty derpy.
Yes. In Jikio Strawberry Parodius, there's bubble enemies in stage 2, and when you shoot and one of them is a pig, and when you shoot it, it just turns into a drumstick. It just turns into a chicken drumstick.
Yeah.
Which is
Oh man. Nice bubble management.
Yeah, and it doesn't last for long, though.
Oh man. You're just like, I don't know where to go.
Yeah. Also, in the PC Engine version, during the start screen, you can actually skip it if you hit the fire button. Also, pay close attention to the rank. I want you to pay close attention because there's one thing noteworthy about it.
So it's going down every time you die then?
Yeah.
More and more, I'd imagine.
It kind of does, but I don't really know. Like, I don't know how exactly the rank in this version works. I know in the arcade version it goes down for death.
I know in some of the Gradius
enemies are
games you do
firing
have to
less.
die like multiple times to get the rank lower.
Yeah, Gradius 4, that can be a thing.
Yeah, it is.
I notice how there's less bubbles coming out, which is how I know that this is probably emulating the rank going down for death. Also, I'd like to point out that my score is higher at this point than it is in the SNES version, and that I skipped a stage.
Okay. This the missing stage?
Yeah, the battleships, the Moai Battleship stage.
Oh, okay. That was not even in this one. Okay.
Yeah. Even though the music still exists in the game due to the special stage having a part that kind of... It's kind of like, what do you call it? It just kind of mentions the stage as a reference. And now I have to beat Kaori, which is the name of this boss, with nothing but 2 speed-ups and a missile.
Seems doable. I mean, she's just a woman trying to sleep. I mean, you're ruining her night.
Well, not with the way the rank is at this point. Just watch. And also, she refuses to be hit in this part. Look at how many bubble enemies she spawns.
That was a bunch.
Yeah.
So last time we did there was like hardly any, right? Last time? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, not to mention that time I was at full power.
Oh yeah, that is a lot more. So I wonder if that's pretty much like
not to
like
mention,
arcade then.
For some reason I'm just not hitting her. I think her weak point in this part might be her lips.
I see.
And I think I actually time her out, because if you notice, my score doesn't increase when she goes away. Also, where do I skip to? Let's skip to the 2450 mark.
Can do.
Okay. Yeah, Salonis, I pointed that out in the SNES version. The rank can get ridiculously high. It's kind of terrible.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Parodius.
So here's the final stage. So nothing interesting happened in the graveyard stage.
Yeah, we're just skipping along here in the interest of time, by the way.
Yeah, and then I did not expect that penguin to be in midair.
Damn, that was rough.
And this, in the arcade version of Gradius, this is like probably this is actually might be the worst checkpoint to recover from in this stage.
Oh man, this is my jam right here.
Yeah, final attack. It's best again in the arcade version. I think out of all the versions, the arcade version has the best music, especially the way it sounds on the PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and PSP.
The arcade Gradius does have really nice music. Oh no, that one caught you.
Yeah, I should have seen that one coming, because penguins almost always come from behind.
Yeah, they just kept them coming. Ooh.
And then I couldn't escape that one fast enough. To be honest, I should have just grabbed a power-up and then killed myself, so I would have had something highlighted.
Yeah, so Lunas is just confirming that the rank is really an adversary in the arcade more than anything. I wonder if then there might be like intentional deaths people will do or anything like that, or maybe just use the roulettes to keep the power down or something like that.
I have seen people like no death support, and it can get pretty insane.
Probably just use the roulettes to power down when they aren't doing too much, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
Because not only the survival rank, but there's the rank that's tied to how powered up you are, right?
Yeah, and this is one of those cases where when you recover, all you really need is missile and double, and for the most part, you're good.
Yeah, it's working out. Oh man. Crabs.
Yes, and then penguin turrets. Because, that makes sense.
They're just kind of like mounted in there.
That's how they were in the original Gradius.
The penguin army. Oh man, that's freaky. How they had like the eyes open up like hatches. That's creepy. Oh, those bees.
Here comes the shower cage.
I remember those bees. I remember them.
And this is like the best strategy.
Okay.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey!
Alright, we got Cream back for now.
I actually...
And dead.
See, I was talking to my friends about like how to fix this, and they said actually just get the desktop app, so that's what I did.
Okay, great. We might have Cream back for good now. I'm using that desktop app myself.
Yay.
So yeah, welcome back. We're now in the PC Engine.
And we're basically done. So I'll get the NES up.
Okay, so yeah, there we go. Moving on to NES then.
All right, I have it up.
All right, I'm gonna set the video.
Okay.
I'm glad you could figure that out, Cream.
Okay.
Me too.
So yeah, in the arcade version, they milk the final boss because it gives 100,000 points each time, but that's really not something you should do in the PC Engine and SNES versions because you get an extra life each time you do it, so it's kind of pointless.
All right, ready to count down?
I'm ready.
In a moment. A moment has passed. One more moment. Okay, I think I'm ready here. Alright, 3. Oh wait, no I'm not. From 0? Or wait, from where? 0?
0 seconds, yeah.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Parodius.
So this is where it starts to differ a little bit, because obviously this is the NES. There's going to be not terribly much change, but enough to be noteworthy. And also, this game is incredibly slow. Because, yeah, it lags really easily.
Yeah, it's Saloonus mentioning if you could explain auto versus manual for people who aren't familiar.
Automatic, like auto, it basically assigns everything to one button, and it selects your power-ups for you. The reason why I don't choose it is because that's kind of pointless, and I'm used to manual.
Now, I heard I don't know if it's with I don't know which games it is, but in some of them I know if you pick auto, the rank actually gets managed better. Yeah,
not to mention, that mainly applies to I think Gokujo and Sexy.
It's Gokujo and Sexy with that. Okay.
If you choose auto, also there's no checkpoints; it's instant respawns.
Ah, see, that's a big difference, which they don't even tell you in the select screen. Like, jerks.
But the only problem is it assigns everything to one button, and that means it's harder to use bell power-ups when you need them, and you can't really select more than one speed up unless the game assigns you to have more. And
yeah, the auto, it seems like it's a decent compromise, though. If you don't want to think about it.
The lower pitched music, which kind of bugs me, but then again,
I'm actually digging the chip tunes personally.
Yeah. That's sounding pretty good, yeah.
The NES version, I don't know, like, I don't care for how it managed the music that much. Like, it really bugs me when ports of a game get the tune of a song wrong, and this port does it a lot. But, again, I guess I can't really complain.
I kind of like it sounding different.
Yeah, some of them are good. This one sounds pretty
decent.
So,
it's all pitched down?
Some of it is.
Some of it is?
This song is on the correct tune.
I wonder why they made that change.
The mid-boss tune and the main boss theme, as you're going to see, they sound a lot different. So, one thing the NES has that I don't think the other ports have is there's actually there's actually hidden stages. And in this stage, there's a hidden pathway you can take where there's a certain point at the top of the screen that you can shoot and go into it. And it's just like this whole other part of the level with just a bunch of power-ups.
A bonus stage.
Basically.
Neato.
And here's the cat battleship. Notice how there isn't really any terrain.
It's like almost even cuter in 8-bit form.
Yeah.
I also noticed that the song is in a different pitch.
I dig it.
This is how it sounded in the MSX Parodius. Oh yeah, one thing about this port is that bosses take way too long.
Yeah, this slowdown is ridiculous.
No, it's not just that. They have way too much health. And there I accidentally grabbed 2 power-ups.
Why would they actually put, like, a reset button there? Like, I don't get why they'd do that.
Huh?
Talking about the roulette, the exclamation point question mark.
Yeah.
I have no clue. Probably just to troll you. And here I grab a shield which gets ruined on the way there.
Well, yeah, I mean, in the other games we're saying before, it's to help manage rank. Because it completely powers you down.
That's actually pretty interesting.
The good thing about it though is once you make that mistake once, you're never gonna make it again.
Yeah.
Selecting the roulette?
Yeah. No, selecting the exclamation mark. Question mark.
Oh yeah, right. But no, like it cycles though, because you'll usually only get an accident though.
Yeah.
Like, where people the
thing about roulette is like, let's just say I have laser selected, but I want to choose an option, and at least the arcade, SNES, and PC Engine ports, I don't know if it applies to this port, but if you have it, if the roulette's highlighted over laser and you hit select, it selects option. And also after each stage in the NES port, if you have a roulette going, it stops after each stage.
Right.
Also,
yeah.
one thing that's really stupid is that bell scores actually reset after each stage, which is terrible when you're one like me who likes to score.
Oh man. Well, everyone's on the same ground anyway.
Scoring, yeah.
So, the NES does have a couple of downsides in terms of difficulty. Hitboxes aren't terrible for the most part, but they can be a little annoying. There's some gameplay mechanics that are just downright irritating.
Do they not
The worst
have
part is the fact that checkpoints, there's like 3 per stage, and it gets annoying. And also, in the arcade version, if you don't know this, you get 2 extra lives in the arcade version and no more. In this port, you get none. So literally, you have like 3 lives. You have 2 lives to beat the entire game.
Okay.
So, none of the infamous Konami hitboxes, huh?
Yeah. So the clowns, they look different, and they're also a little harder to kill.
Because, like, if you see, like, what the hitboxes actually look like on some of their games, like, it's just crazy. They're
I think in the Japanese Gradius 3 and 4 for PS2, I think, I don't know how you get it, but there's an option to actually have hitboxes displayed, and they're like red or blue boxes.
Yeah, I think that the condition for that
yeah.
was 1cc actually. I got that option myself.
I've seen that, yeah.
Wait, I have the US Gradius 3 and 4, and I don't have that option.
It might be tied to playtime, or I'm not sure what it is exactly,
I don't know.
but you do get it from like playing the game, essentially, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I haven't gotten it yet, but then
saying,
again, I haven't touched Gradius 3 and 4 in a long time because I have Gradius Collection.
I was just saying how Konami's pretty infamous for that.
Well, it was most
They like
notably
unlockable.
Gradius 3 Arcade because that game was rushed. Like the developers even said they rushed it.
Hey, at least they spent longer on it than they did like Gradius 2. If I'm remembering the Black Oak interviews correctly.
Right? Yeah, can't really remember.
So, unfortunately, you're not going to see too much of Ginger Bintarika because it takes too long, so we're going to be skipping over it, but we're going to at least show you what she looks like in this port.
Sure.
It's kind of stupid, in my opinion. Like, I don't know why Nintendo wouldn't let... It must have been Nintendo's policies, but why didn't it apply to the SNES and Game Boy? Okay, so... here you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go. I mean, that's hot too.
I'm at the... I'm at the... Let's just go ahead and skip to the 11-minute mark.
Does she make a noise? I want to hear the noise.
She doesn't.
Alright, well that's pretty cool though. I do like the different outfit at least. And she is cute still.
And instead of shaking her hips, she shakes her head, but I'm at the 11-minute mark.
Okay. Alright, we'll move
I
ahead
think
then.
that's supposed to be like... I think that's supposed to be like an Uncle Sam sort of thing.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Alright, to 11 minutes we go.
Because, yeah, it takes 3 minutes due to the fact that she slows the game down, like, terribly.
Okay.
It's amazing that they...
Here comes the countdown.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, Parodius.
So, here is...
This port, though, it actually looks pretty damn good for an NES game. I mean...
It's alright, in my opinion.
Better than most NES shmups, IMO.
The only part I actually don't like about it is how difficult it can be and the music, but for the most part, it's a good port.
It's pretty dank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I have to say, though, is that the SNES port of Parodius Da is more faithful to the arcade than the SNES port of Gokujo Parodius is to the arcade.
Okay.
That game screwed up a lot of things.
Pentaro continues to work on the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like bumping. I'm gonna put this on my iPod.
Yeah, Big Viper's theme does sound pretty good on this part.
But see, the game's always slowing down, though.
Yeah, like the instant you start firing is when the game slows down. And also, here's
rough.
another stage. Here's a stage exclusive to the NES part of the game.
Nice. What was this?
And it's actually a really annoying stage.
You know, cave players actually like cause slowdown on purpose by firing.
Yeah, it is pretty helpful.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I don't usually do it on purpose, but it does help.
Oh man, look at that moon. He's like, this episode sucks.
No, he's mad because of the fact that there's actually 2 circus stages because we just had one with the clowns.
So, circus stage. Oh yeah, Jamer brings up a good point. So in the NES Gradius, you're only able to get 2 options, but in this game you can get 4 options despite the crazy amount of slowdown that's happening right now.
It's also like that in Gradius too. And in Salamander on the Famicom, you can actually get 3.
So they're just like, at this point, they're just like, fuck it, like, we're just gonna put all 4 options in here.
It's also interesting to note that Salamander USA only had 2 instead of 3.
Yeah, Life Force.
Oh, okay.
And also the ending in the Life Force was just the Konami logo, but in Salamander they had credits.
The diving board girls were a nice touch.
And if you're wondering why I was avoiding the capsules at the bottom, they're all roulettes. And those roller coasters!
What about
you go in them once, you're not going in them again.
They take you away?
Oh boy,
yeah,
sounds
you
fun.
go on a ride with them, and there is a 9 out of 10 chance that you will die. Also, if you notice that opening there's actually a bonus stage in there.
Okay, sweet bonus stages.
I don't take it though.
Wait, so like the roller coasters can pick you up and take you to the.
You go for a ride in them on that track,
crap.
and there's a part with a loop, and it's very easy to just if the roller coaster takes you off the screen, you die, and that's what's likely happened.
Another thing I'd actually like to point out here is that like at first Konami didn't know how to deal with like vertical scrolling for NES.
Yeah,
and, like,
they figured it out.
Yeah, so if you look at like their early...
You also see that in the Game Boy port also. You'll see that there's some vertical scrolling in there.
Yeah. But like here, they pulled it off.
I do have to say the stage has good music.
I'd go to this circus.
Yeah. Have to make sure you don't get shot down by the penguins.
True.
So,
I don't know.
I have downtime, so I just decided to start moving around for no reason.
Just spazzing out.
One thing I'd like to mention is I play with a keyboard. I play these games with a keyboard, so it's easier to spaz out like that. It just looks cool.
Alright.
And all you really have to do here is just sit at the top and move left and right.
This is a weird boss. This is like Choiniki status at this point.
Yeah, it's the Moai Pirate.
They're like, yo, we're a cool boss. Like,
yeah.
Respect it.
I think they're wait.
Dude, that Moai head has a mustache, yo.
No, I just now realized this. They have hands and they're giving off peace signs.
Yeah. They're like,
I just
chilling.
noticed that.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
See, that's the things you can notice when you're not playing.
Yeah.
But look at the mustache, though. Did you notice the mustache?
Yeah, the mustache I've known about for a while.
They're cool and they want you to know it.
It's like a Dudley Moai head from Seafooter 3 Third Strike.
He's trying to look like a badass. Basically.
Quick, someone Photoshop Moai head on Dudley from Seafooter 3. Right now.
So, that was fun.
That was fun.
Now we have a boss exclusive to this port, which has the dumbest place for a hit point, and that's the thing in its arms.
Oh, god damn it. That's such an emote.
What?
Emote worthy.
Yeah.
What were we gonna say?
Someone should totally, like, take a screen cap of that and just, like, make Twitch emotes out of it.
Make a Franker face Z emote.
Yeah.
If this channel ever gets partnered, maybe, someday.
So,
I guess we could get some Franker face Z emotes
the
in
weak
here.
point could have been the head, it could have been the hand, but no, they make it the, like, orange thing that's holding in its hand, which is totally a soda can.
My soda! My soda!
Yeah, and then it's probably more like a remote control, but I like to say it's a soda can.
He's got that juice.
Yep.
Oh man. So this is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I never actually saw this game myself before, so
Learn something new every day, don't you?
that's right. Okay, so this stage is looking familiar.
This is the candy stage, yeah.
Okay, now we do the candy stage. And this is, what, stage 5 now?
This is stage 4.
4? Oh, so that's actually... Is that
In
one
the original
after?
game, it's stage 3.
Oh,
It's
okay.
stage 2.
I see.
So yeah, we're just shooting enemies at the moment. And as if it's taken long enough, the game's choosing to lag, so...
Yeah, you have to wonder if, like, with the amount of slowdown, you think, like, do they just, like, make the game and then figure out, like, oh, it's, like, slowing down too much, but, screw it.
Not to mention the sprite flicker, you want to keep that in mind. The sprite flicker also is a bit important. And here I just use a blue buff, I'm like, screw it.
Like, Rekka gets pretty bad, for example, with the, like, sprite flicker, but it's a lot faster than this, still.
Oh yeah, Gradius 2 on the Famicom, it's a miracle that the crystal stage in that even works.
Rekka is lightning fast. Like, but we need to show that sometime, I think.
True.
So yeah, the upper right capsule in that group of 4 is a roulette, so I usually avoid it.
That's right. That's such a big tip to know that actual power-ups, certain ones are the roulettes. I never knew that. I thought it was just completely random from the power-ups you pick up.
Like, in stage 2, the clown stage, there's there's like a small little platform with a box and a power-up enemy on each side, and the top one's a roulette. So I usually ignore that one. And then here we have the candy maze, which I actually heard one time that this stage seems to pay homage to the underground portion from Gradius 3 Stage 3, where you have like the maze and then you have the candy to shoot through, which is like the dirt.
I'd say that's probably a good guess.
Except this version has pumpkins.
Looks yummy.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like Fruity Pebbles or like Skittles or
They're
Smarties, the U.S. Smarties.
They're M&Ms.
So that would be the European Smarties, because those ones are like M&Ms.
Are they actually chocolate?
They're like chocolate little
They could
pieces,
be
like
chocolate,
M&Ms.
I don't know.
Well, I have heard that like Smarties are totally different in different regions.
They are. That's what I'm saying. In the U.S., they're like little sugar dust crack.
Also, gotta mention that because this is a Konami game, obviously there's a dead end there.
Oh, yeah. Get your Smarties knowledge in on STG Weekly, episode 95.
Yes. Also, here's
You
an
can be a
alternate
Smartie
path
too.
with Big Viper only really works if you have the double.
You can be a Smartie too.
Yes.
STG Weekly TM.
Or you can be a smart aleck.
Smart aleck.
Yeah.
SMC18133 wants to know, what are American Smarties?
Yeah, so for us, they come in like a little cylinder plastic container, and that you can unwind, and then it's a bunch of like little basically like little not pellets, but they're basically just little pieces of
Okay,
dust,
I just
like sugar dust.
Hold on.
Sugar
Hold on,
dust.
something's about to happen.
They're like pixie sticks. Oh boy, you got stuck between a Smartie and a hard place.
I would describe them as
Okay.
like
If what I said earlier isn't very clear, this is a game where you do not want to die. So I thought at this point that this run was dead. But I decided to continue because I wanted to at least
You've had some good recoveries here, really showing off your stuff. I like.
Yeah, but this is you don't even know how difficult like recovering in this version is, because like, you have enemies shooting at you, and hitboxes are really messed up, and you have the amount of lag and sprite flickering, and it gets really disorienting.
You gotta go down and around here instead of up, and then...
And then the missile doesn't behave like it does in the other ports. It doesn't travel down the wall. It just continues to go diagonal.
Like, it doesn't even look like a missile. It looks like a blue turd.
Yeah. Bringing back a joke from the Gradius 5 STG Weekly, it's the walking missile.
Oh, is this? Oh, it is walking, huh? It's a really tiny sprite. Wow.
So guess we were right after all. Kipo. Opie.
I don't know.
So yeah, the laser's hitbox is broken when there's a ton of lag, so I'm able to shoot the enemies on the other side.
Oh wow, that's funny.
And yeah, I somehow made it through.
Nice one. It looked like you're shooting through the Smarties there, and then just one of them didn't want to die. Like, pretty rude.
Yeah, hit collision in this game is weird, and you're going to
Weird.
see that in effect during this boss. And this was actually a part that I was going to suggest we cut out, but you just have to see the insanity of this.
Alright.
I would
Because-
describe American Smarties as like sort of brittle and tangy, but still sweet.
So if you're...
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
True.
Yeah.
So I should mention that I'm actually shooting enemies from behind me, and that's not a cheat, that's just something I found out you could do. And I think it only works if there's a ton of slowdown. So, yeah.
It's good programming there, Konami.
Yeah, I'm just shooting them from behind. Wish I could do that in other versions of the game.
That's pretty nice. Yeah, the American Smarties do suck. Like, they're not really fun to eat unless you really want a little sugar, like instant sugar. Actually, they are fun to eat. Fuck it.
So, yeah,
They really are.
So this is becoming terrifying because the teeth are flying around and they like chase you very slowly. And when you have 8 of them coming at you at once, yeah.
This is like the CEO of Konami back then. Like he had like a dream about like all these like lips and dentures, his like dentures falling out.
No,
and, like,
no, it's the Dairy Queen lips.
Dairy
of the
Queen
DQ
lips.
Attack of the DQ lips.
That's like some old advertising or something. Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking about? Like lip, the lip imagery here is like it definitely harkens back to like.
So it's gonna be
back
hard
to
to
the
tell
90s.
because we're gonna skip a good portion of the video right after, but I actually do time this boss out.
It's like a vaporwave music video.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means, but
Vaporwave? I'll show you later. You're gonna laugh so hard.
So
Oh, God.
yeah, I'm at 2840 now. So yeah, that was probably the most badass recovery I've ever pulled off in my life.
it worked out, especially firing behind you like that. It was good.
Yeah, I'm at 2840 now
Alright.
because the Moai battleship stage is for the most part unchanged.
Okay, I'm ready when you guys are.
I'm ready.
Cream.
What was the timestamp again?
2840, 28 minutes 40 seconds.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Smarties.
Yes. That's just gonna become the meme of this episode. So notice that this boss is now shooting out hearts.
Slightly less suggestive, but only slightly.
Yes. And also, like every other boss in this port, it takes way too long to die. But that's okay.
Well, the fact that they're hearts now is actually like confirms the implications of the previous imagery. So it's like they just fucked up again.
Yep. Also, I should point out here, I go through the hearts.
Oh,
Good
nice.
programming, Konami. Good
Nice.
programming, Konami.
Well,
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
spaces between the hearts can't kill you. Really?
that's. I mean, that's
I think
cool.
there's actually a story behind the reason why this boss was brought back in Gokusho Parodius, because the Moai battleship stage was kind of brought back, and at one point you fight that little Moai head thing that's on the top of the ship. You kind of fight it as a mini-boss, and you beat it, and then the battleship blows up, and then this boss comes out. And it's kind of like, you killed my husband, now I'm gonna kill you moment.
Yeah. The Moe Head family.
Yeah.
That's what that.
Take that,
That's how that
Ants.
That's how that Moe head was screaming right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was screaming like the final boss in the Blue Show Parodius. I would imitate that scream, but my voice cannot go high.
I got it covered.
Yeah. So we also skipped the. So we skipped the Japan stage, and we also skipped the pinball and cloud stages. So we don't get to. So we don't get to hurt Kaori this time. She can rest in peace.
The Moe heads here. The Moe. Speaking of like '90s junk, the Moe heads there. The formations almost reminded me of the California raisins. It's like little California raisin dudes. If you guys know that.
I think
Anyway.
that reference escapes me sadly.
Oh yeah, you don't want to know. It's a dark time of advertising.
So we're back to this stage, and it's not terribly annoying, but it's both easier and harder than the SNES version in a couple of ways.
Okay.
And I don't think I pointed this out in the SNES version, but the water actually slows you down by one whole speed up.
A whole speed up, huh? Damn.
So if you want to, when you're at 2 speed ups, it's as if you're going at 1 speed up outside of the water, and so on and so forth.
Makes sense.
Which actually reminds me, in the arcade version, in terms of power-ups, speed-ups are actually the biggest increase of rank.
Wow. That's
So
crazy.
I think if you have 1, the rank doesn't change that much, but when you have like more than 1, it just increases to insane levels.
Man, that's
Also,
so cruel.
here come the fish with suicide bullets. I wasn't lying. They do actually shoot suicide bullets on you, and I just want to point out, the game is on easy difficulty.
What if you went fishing and like you just caught a fish and like you're about to net the fish and all of a sudden like a suicide bullet like gets shot at you? It's like, dude, like,
Well, you
get
wouldn't
out
be
of
able to say
here.
anything because you'd probably be dead.
Yeah, you'd
or
be
at
dead.
least unconscious.
Like, ooh, don't want that to be a reality.
You don't.
Like when
Well,
you go
it's for
fishing, like you just want to have a good
Parodius
time.
was
You
a
don't want to die when you go fishing.
If Parodius was a reality, I would not want to be in that reality.
Like fishing's supposed to be relaxing.
Yeah. Unless you know there's sharks in the water.
The sharks don't have suicide bullets because they can just like bite your dick off or whatever.
And now I'm just imagining Red Viper with a dick sticking out of the bottom of it.
The sharks,
Thank you for putting that image in
the
my
sharks are
head.
just coming for it, like they seek in on it, and then like and then they bite the dick off and you lose all your power ups.
If only.
Yeah. Konami, like this is how Konami is gonna make it back in the biz, guys.
If only they just make a new freaking Gradius game.
Yeah,
Seriously.
yep.
Either make. Oh yeah, and there's another bonus stage here. That little square with the green things in it. That's a bonus stage.
I mean, considering like what kind of territory they were in with Automedius, I don't think that's too far off.
Yeah, I mean they just need to like do an HD update of Automedius and then we'll be in there.
Yeah. Although, have you heard of
It's
the
already
Arcade
HD,
Archives
though.
Gradius have you heard of the Arcade Archives Gradius that's been released for PS4?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, apparently it's like the most arcade accurate port of Gradius you'll get.
Well, that's good. I thought I heard it wasn't, so that's actually good.
Yeah,
maybe I was thinking
YouTube
something
user
else.
H9921 has a comparison video of the different, like compares the original Nemesis board to Arcade Archives to different emulators, and also that boss is easier.
So that was interesting.
I did
Yeah, that was interesting because they removed the background and then it's just the black just to make that boss actually like work.
Yeah, and also the spikes don't seem to home in on you. They're just kind of random.
Actually, like a lot of
And he doesn't grow nearly as large. In fact, I did a test run of this the night before this run. I did a test playthrough of the game with save states, and I was able to beat that boss by standing in one spot, literally. But then again, that time I had full power.
Okay.
A lot of these, like, Konami NES.
And we also skipped the graveyard stage, so now we're already at the final stage. So this board has 7 stages.
Okay.
But the thing about the bonus stages is that they're actually kind of based on stages that were removed. So like one of the stages is based on the Japan stage, another's based on the graveyard stage, stuff like that.
Actually, a lot of these Konami bosses, like, do remove the background because, like, I guess it has to do with, like, the sprite limit. I don't know.
Maybe how big the sprite is, too.
So here's the final stage, which is a lot closer to the arcade version than the NES Gradius was. Have you heard of the Gradius arcade to FC hack?
Yeah, I don't think I had played the Gradius 1 one, but
heard it.
I know that there is 2 versions of the Gradius 2 on the Famicom. One of them's actually a lot closer to the arcade than the other one.
It's actually a hack.
I thought it was an official thing.
No, it's a hack, and there's actually Gradius AC to FC. That's a hack, and it's really close to the arcade version. Like, they went much farther than just changing the graphics and the music. They changed the music, stage layout. They actually edited some of the stages. They added in vertical scrolling. They added the Iron Maiden boss in stage 4.
That one was official.
And the final stage actually looks just like the arcade version, and it even has the shower cage. It's really cool.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Wait, did you say that was the Gradius 1 thing was a hack, or that was the official? That was an official thing.
They're all hacks. There's also one for, I think, Salamander.
Oh, okay.
And Salamander, they actually alter the stage order, but they don't really change much else. And here comes the shower cage, and this part of the game is definitely the most stressful, because if you die here, it's basically game over, because there's almost no way to survive against this thing without being able to shoot the penguins before they shoot you.
Can't use that same strat where you went in the bottom right and just stayed there?
No, because the bullets still aim for you, and you have barely any room to adjust. So this is the safest route I could come up with, which is just have my options at the back of the screen and pray that a bullet from below doesn't hit me. And then coming up to the part where the door closes in on you, and the strat that I use might look scary, but it's the safest method I could come up with.
I recall that Salamander changed a lot, actually.
Yeah. And also the screen doesn't stop scrolling, but luckily the hitboxes on that door are a little lenient.
Yeah, looking at it rough. You had to dodge that one volley.
I held off until this moment on saying this. This is my first 1cc of the game.
Okay, nice.
So at this point, I'm breathing really heavily, like, oh my goodness, I actually did it.
Does your face look like that guy right there?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Like, I'm about to beat it!
Like, also, this boss, it refuses to die. Good job, Konami.
You really gotta work on that, detection there. Maybe aim up a bit more?
Terrible.
Up.
So, I'm just trying to, like, reset the shooting pattern so the game doesn't lag nearly as much.
You can't really hit it, can you? But he just breaks off on his own, though, so it's like, doesn't matter, but he's like he's really latching on for dear life.
I want to destroy it at this point. I want to destroy it at this point.
There we go. It was like it was a bit higher.
I think the only way to destroy this one is to get really close to it, like I do here. And I think I might have destroyed it with my shield. I don't know. So,
good job on that 1cc.
Yeah, first 1cc of the game, and at this point okay, by the way, this Japanese translates to, thus the four people's adventure comes to an end for now. And this second one says, however, this is also the beginning of another new adventure. Huge credit goes to YouTube user Ryo442266 for those translations.
Oh wait, 4 people? For who? 4 people? Who?
Ryo442266, it's a YouTube user.
No, I mean like the translation. You said something about 4 people.
The 4 people is Vic Viper, Teikozuki, Twinbee, and Pentaru.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And by the way, he couldn't translate these karaoke lyrics.
All right, now sing the karaoke.
No, I don't know. I don't know Japanese, and I don't know the English translation.
If I knew the song, I'd come up with something about Smarties and California
Yes.
Raisins and that the people Pentaro working on the episode in the background, and then Cream,
Yes.
and then Cream with the Discord issues. It'd be all in those lyrics.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
So, fun fact, this song is called Parodius Undo Full Version. It's an extended version of the title theme, which is called Parodius Undo. So, that's kind of why this song exists. And this ending is exclusive to this part.
This is fun.
Yeah.
You really get to celebrate it with Octopus Guy.
Yeah, and this was so satisfying to see because I'm just like, thank God I finally did it. Now I never have to play this game again.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a pain.
Nice.
Well, yeah. It looked pretty
have to
rough
be.
around the edges, but still pretty cool.
Also, you should probably get the Game Boy ready.
Oh yeah.
You guys should probably get the Game Boy port ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. Let me throw that up here. Moving on to the GB.
And I don't think we'll be really skipping much, if anything at all.
Alright. We can go over a little bit. I'm feeling good about
Okay.
this. Alright, let's
Okay.
start it out then. 3, 2, 1, Game Boy.
All right, we're advertising Freemake, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah, but-
remake. Well, I mean, it worked for these videos, so I mean, doing something right.
Yeah, it only takes me 20 minutes to upload instead of 6 hours.
Yeah.
So I want to point out that the title says No Miss, and that basically translates to Deathless.
Okay, cool.
Fun fact: Vic Viper is older than my dad. He's like 50 years old. So this is obviously the most different port because it's a Game Boy. So we're gonna see a lot of things changed.
It'd be interesting to see what they have to take out, and they basically redo the whole thing because it's freaking Game Boy. It's freaking Game Boy.
This is actually a pretty good port, honestly, in my opinion.
Music sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Game Boy music can be surprisingly pretty damn good, even better than a lot of NES music.
Yeah,
It's
the only
kinda
problem
crazy.
is when you're shooting and you have a bunch of sound effects, it cuts out part of the music that makes it sound even better.
Yeah, true. Oh, we got the banging back. Pentaro's like, you're not done yet? Ah. Yeah, they just like the
I just want to point out that this is a deathless run, and this is my first time playing through the game in at least a year.
Nice.
So don't ask me how I managed.
Well, there's a certain difficulty with if you're playing the game on an actual Game Boy compared to an emulator. There's that.
Yeah, this is an emulator. This is obviously an emulator because I don't have a GameCube, so that wouldn't work. I don't have a GameCube or a Game Boy, so.
But this doesn't use save states, right?
No. They're not tool assisted, I swear.
So, what is the difficulty difference then?
This port's just a little easier. Like, it's not terribly difficult.
Well, I mean, on hardware versus emulator.
None.
None? Okay.
These emulators are really accurate in my opinion.
Yeah. Game Boy emulation has been a thing for quite some time.
Oh yeah.
And here's this guy again. And unlike the NES version, it doesn't take 9 years.
See, this time the cat's kind of like looking away, kind of.
Yeah.
I like that.
And unlike the NES version, we go to more stage.
Just keeps going.
Yeah. Before we finally encounter the first boss again.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You had the power-up bar down there, but it only highlights a letter if there's something you can power up.
Oh, that reminds me.
Okay.
The roulette in this port is terrible.
In what way?
I didn't memorize where the locations were, so that was a bit of a problem. So you'll see me accidentally pick up roulettes a lot.
Man.
That's not the worst part. The worst part is that it goes really, really fast, and it's hard to select what you want.
Yeah, that's usually annoying.
So yeah, I don't know what's up with the laser.
Yeah,
I don't
those
know what's up with the
lasers,
laser.
they're just not, they're hardly appearing.
But they're there.
Is this 30 FPS?
No clue.
Oh, it probably is then, because like I know back before like 2014, YouTube used to default.
I know
to
the
30.
NES. I think the NES and SNES both run at 60 frames per second.
Well, yeah, they do, but I'm just saying like.
Which confuses me because how do they have more frames per second than the N64? Because doesn't that usually run at 30?
I mean, like a lot of video editors, and it used to be YouTube itself, would just default to 30, which does kind of skip like every other frame, so you can't really see some stuff.
That's right. Yeah, it's actually just like it was actually just like.
At least the
last
audio
year,
doesn't go out of sync.
YouTube did 60 FPS.
At least the audio doesn't go out of sync.
Well, YouTube does 60 FPS now, but they didn't used to.
Yeah.
And that was back in the days when people used like unregistered Hypercam 2.
And 10-minute videos.
Oh gosh, I remember that.
Those were the good old days, weren't they?
I remember using Hypercam a little bit too. I used Hypercam to record Ancient Domains of Mystery videos.
Back when everyone was posting their Advent Children and
The cool thing about Vizette is there's a recording
Okay.
function literally built into the emulator, so you just hit record and it starts recording.
Yeah.
I have a soft spot for old YouTube.
And like when you record it, you can save it as a file.
Through the emulator, you're saying?
Yeah.
Is that what you did for this video?
That's what I did for all the videos.
Oh, you recorded through the emulator. Okay, gotcha.
Which is why the
Back when
quality isn't
480p
terrible.
was high quality.
It's alright. It's, none of these videos didn't need to be HD, so.
Yeah, I know.
Plus it's freaking Game Boy.
Back when like 140p was common, and we thought that was.
Also bring up the black and white.
Actually, I really like the black and white. Like,
There we go.
I never.
First roulette. Hope you love this roulette noise, because you'll be hearing it a lot.
I like it.
Yeah, like I never really cared about the
Not when you
monochrome.
hear it not when you have to hear it for every stage.
Yeah, in most emulators, you can choose the the cabbage green or the monochrome. I think.
Yeah, but like, I think the games look pretty good in just like original monochrome, personally.
Luckily, I realized that if I ever accidentally pick up a roulette, I can just switch off between double and laser.
Okay. Yeah, personally, I prefer the cabbage green myself.
I
Cabbage
like
green.
the black and white because that's how it should be.
Well, it used to be that like you'd play GB on GB color, and like you'd hold like a certain direction while turning it on, and it would be like a different color.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
I don't actually know if this game was ported to the Game Boy Color. I don't think it was. So yeah,
Oh, she did the hip shake. She did the hip shake. It was like 2 frames.
Here and on the SNES.
Oh, fuck yes, those 2 frames.
Yeah. Also, I should point out that unlike the SNES version, she actually looked like she's supposed to.
Oh yeah. Game Boy porn.
Big Viper's really getting in on that action, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
He's enjoying himself, I'm sure.
Shoot the core after all.
This is actually a little scary though, because you don't have that much room to move. So
He's like trying to shoot the core. He's like, why isn't she dying? Women.
Yeah. The ball all change have been to work in turn. Well, you just have to wait her out. It's not like Elephant Gear where there's 12 freaking cores. I just had a terrible idea. What if instead of shoot the core, shoot the boob?
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they haven't heard that yet.
Someone in the chat just said, like, how is this allowed, but Honey Pop isn't?
I think the Honey Pop is allowed again now, actually.
Oh, really? Because, like, I know Twitch bans a lot of stuff, like, they banned Yandere Simulator not too long ago.
Yeah.
This boss was a little scary because you don't really have that much room.
Yeah. He's wearing like a little smiley face badge, you can see there. It's his I voted badge.
And unlike the NES version, it doesn't reset your position after each stage. And I don't know if the roulette stops. I think it keeps going, but I haven't tested. So now we're actually coming up on a stage that's exclusive to the Game Boy version of the game. And keep in mind, this would be my first time playing the stage in months, so it's basically a blind playthrough.
Those power-ups look kind of... Or there's like... The other power-up, is that supposed to be the blue one? That other one?
Yeah, that's supposed to be the blue one.
Ah, yeah, it looks different. Different design.
I should also note out that those power-ups don't care for the background, so... You'll see that in the next stage.
So wait, do the bells have multiple colors, or... Supposed to, like, read the tint of the gray?
I think they have different designs. I know one of them has, like... One of them has, like, stripes.
Oh, snap.
I don't know.
This is new. This iceberg goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, this music's got, like, yes.
It sounds better in Parodius MSX, in my opinion. I actually really like MSX music over NES music, especially with the STG chip.
Oh yeah, MSX sounds great. I mean, especially if you can play that that portable version, because the MSX Gradius on that is really nice. Well, I guess I was talking about Gradius, I'm Parodius as Gradius, but
MSX sound is beautiful.
It really is.
See, here's the one. That's the one with stripes.
Wait, say what?
I think one of them flashes, and here's where I just start, like, not paying attention to capsules because I don't trust them for not being roulettes.
Oh man, look at these bullets. That's a lot of them there.
Of course. Of course that one was a roulette. Why wouldn't it be?
Those roulettes. You know, it sucks too, because, if you're really powered up, isn't it if you're on the roulette and you have like a blank a power-up square that it actually is the power down one? The blank squares? Is that how that worked? Or
if it's on a blank power-up square, I think it I don't know if that applies to this port, but if it's on a blank power-up square, I think it goes to the one in front. I think it goes to the one in front of it.
Really?
Like the one behind.
The next one.
So like if you, like I said earlier, if it's over laser and that slot's empty, it goes straight to option and selects an option for you.
We have someone asking where the score is.
Probably at the end of the game, I guess. Not on the screen, that's for sure.
At the end of after the credits, it does show you your score. I got like almost 1 million in the first loop. I got like 960 something thousand.
Oh man, this boss is new as well.
Yeah, I think it's actually a parody of Brain Golem from Salamander.
He's like icy now, and he was holding some Chinese fans.
Well, this is a Japanese game, so
weird.
Now we're back to the candy stage, except now it has a different layout.
Yeah, so far this Game Boy game, I'd say it's kind of impressive. I don't know. Seems pretty fun.
It's definitely not like the other versions.
Konami's pretty good with Game Boy generally. I
Yeah.
think. Like, they did a lot of GB ports, and I think they did a pretty good job with all
People
of them.
always say that the Nemesis game for the Game Boy, they always say that's a port of Gradius, and it's not. It's a completely different game.
Yeah.
And so is Gradius the Interstellar Assault, which I actually haven't really played much of those two games, but I have seen a few videos of them.
So when you're playing, do you see the lasers, or is this actually like a 30 FPS capture problem we're going through right here?
I think I was barely able to see the lasers.
Okay.
Because again, you have to realize that the Game Boy, I think, does have sprite flicker, so...
Well, clearly. Everything's
I don't remember.
I mean, this looks to me like it could be a 30 FPS capture.
Yeah, I think it is.
But you're saying...
in my video for Gradius PC Engine, the lasers show up just fine on the emulator, but they don't show up in the video. So it's definitely
because I think Game Boy is 60 FPS. I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hold on, I think I'm gonna look it up actually.
I'm almost positive it is.
The Game Boy games are pretty smooth. in
Yeah,
general.
Game Boy runs at 60 FPS.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much every
I'm not letting
console
that bill drop.
from, like, forever is 60 FPS.
Yeah.
I still don't get why the NES, SNES, and Game Boy run at greater FPS than the Nintendo 64.
Well, I mean, that was a 3D system, one of the first ones.
Yeah. But didn't the DS also run at 30 FPS?
I don't know.
Or am I
It
I don't
sounds,
think so.
doesn't sound right.
So yeah, Doubles being my friend here.
I'm sure Trap would be able to tell us all about this if he were here.
Yeah, well, people could probably correct us too if we're completely wrong.
In fact, I bet he's gonna watch this and, like, spurg over it.
So here's the difference. Hot Lips, instead of there being 8, now there's only 6.
And I mean that in a good way, by the way.
Alright. Gotta cover your bases.
Trap is great.
Indeed.
No bias here.
We're gonna have him on the future, soon to come STG Weekly episode on Thunder Dragon 2.
Yes.
So, look forward to that.
So now we're moving back to the Japan stage, which we haven't seen in a while.
Yay!
And here we have the pigs.
I was noticing, like, back in the SNES replay, that they make the same sound as, like, the women. Like, when you pop the bubble and, like, they fall out, they make the same sound as...
They don't in the PC Engine and arcade version. The pigs make a different sound.
I just thought it was funny. I laughed.
Yeah. In Jukio Strawberry Parodius, they make the same sound. At least in the PlayStation and Sega Saturn. I swear I don't use double this much in other versions.
Hey, I used double.
It's okay. Double's cool. Double the firepower.
Yeah, like, that's like classic Gradius. Double plus laser.
I think it would be a lot better with Teikozuki because he has both the two. Oh yeah, and that was a close call right there.
Damn. That looked kind of vicious.
I think it would be better with Teikozuki because he has both the two-way missile and the tail gun. He has like the Gradius 2 Type 2.
That's the octopus.
And of course that was a roulette. Why wouldn't it be?
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Luckily, some sound effects cancel it out. Like
It is
the
lucky. I'm glad they put that on the low priority of sound.
So yeah, glad that tree was there. Totally a huge issue.
That tree
Couldn't
is
stay in the
walking.
middle.
Pretty alarming that tree is walking.
Yeah, I mean, if it's your first time playing any of the games, the trees, the Parodius games, they're gonna get you.
Yeah.
Especially in stage 4,
Like, you're
Well,
gonna-
because like
you're gonna
it makes no logical sense. You'd never
and
see
here
it
come the
coming.
volcanoes.
True. So angry.
Yeah. I wonder
Oh,
what they had.
those are peppers he's shooting now.
Yeah.
That's a difference.
They're probably, I think they're sick, and they're like trying to fart it out or something.
Fire out the peppers.
Yes.
Alright.
Also, I want you to pay attention to this bell at the bottom of the screen. I want you to pay attention.
Alright. Oh, it
Clearly
disappeared.
went off the screen.
Maybe it
But in the
disappeared
next stage,
for the
it still-
transition, the screen transition.
Yeah, and the next stage it still gives me 10,000, which is crazy.
Okay.
So yeah, thankfully
Okay.
this isn't nearly as annoying.
Gotta get that logo in there.
And he takes his belt off.
You see at the top.
And Konami thought it would be cool if they just, let him use like his medallion to cover his where area.
They just do not give a crap, like, in this series. It's pretty great.
True.
I know.
They do what they want.
So yeah, obviously we're now at the Moai battleship stage.
Like, I can just see, like, the Konami meeting, and
just
them
like-
being like, and them just telling
like,
the
hey.
execs, like,
Hey, I was thinking we should make the boss a pig. Screw it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, they clearly had a lot of fun with it. That's what
Yeah.
video games should be, fun, so it's definitely a good
Yeah.
thing.
I just love that attitude of, like, we do what we want.
I wish shoot 'em ups weren't dead because they're really fun.
They're not dead. Maybe.
Yeah, we've got RS3 on the way, and what's that other one?
Natsuki Chronicles and
Yes, that. And we have Blue Revolver for indies.
So yeah, that guy lived a long time.
yeah, there's a bunch of new
And-
ones. There's a bunch of new ones. It's not dead. It's not what it was from the Golden Age. That's really all it is.
We also have Chap making
unfortunate.
Fire Lancer.
True. Fire Lancer is going to be a AAA title.
Yes, it is.
Notice how there I was also dancing to the music.
Do 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 do. You were dancing to the music. Do do do.
I love how you made that work.
I
unlike
make a lot of things work.
And unlike the other versions, the battleship doesn't come down on top of you. The very first time that happened, I actually thought it was going to kill me, so I'm just like, wait, did I take the wrong path? And then I realized there's barely any room left, and I'm just like, oh.
I like
We
this
have
version of the
someone
music.
asking about the hitbox.
Hitbox.
Is it the whole ship?
I think there's a little bit of leeway around the edges of the ship.
Yeah.
I know the usual Konami hitbox is that it's like basically everything except the dorsal.
Yeah, and for Gradius games, it's usually the Vic Viper's hitbox. Usually the tail fin is invulnerable, and sometimes the bottom of the ship. Like the very bottom, like where there's a little bit of a curve. I think it depends on the game. Like everyone knows that the hitbox in Gradius 5 is really small.
It is. It's just the cockpit.
Yeah,
And it's a small one at that.
And now we're back to the pinball stage.
Oh man, they're throwing pinballs at you. What are you gonna do about this?
No, I think they're like they remind me of the crystal orbs from the final stage of Salamander.
But if it's a pinball stage and there's pinball-looking things coming at you, surely
But
they're
they
pinballs.
flash in the other versions, which is why I don't know if they are.
Show us to pinball.
This stage received some major changes, actually. There are a few new things. Like, first of all, the screen's a little slower. It's scrolling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, one challenge with the Game Boy game, would you say, is just the fact that everything's a little bit more claustrophobic. So you gotta, like,
yeah,
be a little bit more
especially with
careful.
those things. Those little ball things that when you shoot them, they just move around. And say hello to Parodius' first gun wall.
Nice.
It's a symptom of having a lower resolution screen.
I think Konami was out of name ideas because it's just called the pin wall.
I mean, I like that name.
Pinwall. Wait, did you say pinwall?
Pin wall, yeah.
Nice pun.
Rhymes
It's a
with
good one.
pinball, huh?
It's a good one.
Yeah. And now I think the screen's actually scrolling a little faster.
I'm always one for lane.
Okay, Aqua, remember when you said way back when you said the roulette could screw you over?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's so rude.
So, yeah, I was trying for a shield, and I probably shouldn't have.
Ah, nice recovery though. You didn't
I
panic
don't know
too
how I
much.
lived.
Yeah,
I should
I mean,
have.
you got that laser and you were just doing work. You know, it looks like the laser is hitting behind you because the freaking laser sprite is like going crazy all the time.
No. I don't think you can hit from behind.
But
I don't think.
Yeah.
And then this was scary because I thought for sure I was gonna die here.
Eva Core.
Except it's not really a core. It's like it shoot the prize.
There's
The
a core
prize
in
is
there.
10,000.
It's like the
It
Las
has
Vegas
10,000
core.
points, so I'm just gonna call it. I should just call it the prize.
Viva Prize.
Yes.
I'm gonna call it the Las Vegas core.
Also, I don't know if you paid attention to the SNES and PC Engine, but the barriers each give 500, 1,000, 2,500, 5,000, and then the core gives 10,000.
Oh.
So I don't know if that applies here. I assume it does. And we just skip 3 whole stages and go straight to the final stage.
Was there a certain trick that you did?
No, that's just what the Game Boy port does. It skips the cloud, water, and graveyard stages.
Oh, I see.
So, nothing really much to say about the dogfights. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. We're wrapping it
So
up
we're
here.
coming up. We're kind of coming up on the end of this. Coming up on the end here. So, final stage is a different layout, obviously, like every other stage here.
Do, 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 do. Gotta love that part.
Yeah.
Are those penguins taking like a bath in the background with like that?
I don't know. I don't pay much attention.
Yeah,
to
I think
that.
there was
Oh,
one. They were taking baths, and that
Yeah,
one's working on
it's
the
so
working on
silly.
his computer.
That's so silly.
So
and of
cute.
course, when I was one capsule away from a shield, the next one was a roulette.
See, Pentaro, he's so pissed on the stream layout because like you're killing so many of his kind. It's like that's why he's pissed.
I would imagine.
Like you motherfucker, you're like trying to extinct my
We're
my
killing.
people.
We're killing the family of the penguins of Madagascar.
The 24-hour telephone. Help! Help! Konami games are too hard. Those are a lot more funny in the Game Boy for some reason.
On YouTube, I actually found a trailer for the NES Parodius Da. It's Japanese, so it's hard to understand, but it's really weird.
Oh, cool. Maybe I could throw that as a link in the description.
I think I can. I'm gonna try and find it. Hold on.
Well, whenever.
So what's the deal with that other ship
Huh?
that other ship that keeps popping up?
Oh, that's the Red Bell. That's actually the Red Bell beam.
But this time they had the Vic Viper sprite in the middle of that barrier.
No, they do that for every port.
Really? I didn't notice it before.
They do. That's because I didn't use the Red Bell in the other ports.
Oh. I never noticed that before,
And the shower
regardless.
cage has literally the simplest safe spot ever in this sport.
You gonna take a shower this time? With the penguins?
All it does is just sit there. Huge shout out to A Spark, because now this is way too easy.
You're not gonna take a shower?
Nah.
Or did it kill you?
Fun fact, I actually did take a shower right before this stream.
Fun fact, indeed.
Yeah. Oh, which is kind of ironic.
That's a good thing, yeah.
Showering is good.
I mean, all that banging you heard on
here, so...
all that banging you heard back there. That's actually they're trying to fix my shower. So I haven't took one in months.
Must be a struggle.
The struggle is real.
You make
That's
do.
it.
You make do.
That's really it for Parodius. Just this final
struggle is
boss,
real.
and as always, it's the hardest boss in the game. Yeah, hardest boss in the game.
True.
Yay.
So that's it. That's kind of all we got.
Oh, nice. You got like a film reel here. Hey, was this film reel in the other versions?
No.
Okay, so the film reel is unique
This
here.
is also an exclusive ending.
Nice. I like the film reel effect.
So, yeah, if you're interested in the Parodius series, I definitely recommend it. If you want a Parodius game to start out with, I would suggest the first game you saw, which is the SNES port of Parodius Star. It's really balanced, and it's a really enjoyable game. If you have a PSP and you're able to import games from Japan, or if you live in Japan, definitely import Parodius Portable if you want to give the series a try. It's a really fun series.
You'll need a chunk of change for that now, though. Those ports are pretty expensive, if you haven't noticed.
Just emulate them. They're
Well, alright.
pretty cool.
Please remember to shower at least once a year.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've got that at least that much covered. Once a year.
So, yeah. Thanks for having me here today.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm
I think
sorry
the
we
difference is-
did end up going over the 2-hour estimate, but
It's alright. It's alright.
It's all-
You did what you could, and
I tried. My original plan was like an hour and 50-something minutes, but I wasn't expecting things to take as long. I might have been off on my estimation.
it's alright. It's alright. We can go over 2. See, in the past, I couldn't go over 2 because Twitch doesn't let you upload archives longer than 2 hours, but that's not a thing anymore. But
Okay.
I still like to use it
I
as a
figured it
guideline,
wasn't.
but it's not a big deal anymore. And
Also, now here it says we will have Gradius 1 too. So,
different team. I guess
Alright.
they did the Game Boy port. That's cool. That's nice.
I don't know.
See,
So,
their
yeah.
heart's in the right place.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, thanks a lot for coming on the episode. Of
Oh,
course.
no problem. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
It's
the
a lot of fun.
cool replays.
Sounds like we'll have to get you on for some other Konami goodness in the future at some
Yeah,
point.
I have a few other Gradius videos up. I have a Gradius 3 high score run where I actually beat 2 loops.
A Gradius 4?
Gradius 3 SNES.
Oh, okay. Oh, it scared me for a second.
Yeah,
Gradius 4 is evil.
I think I have done a 2 loops clear to Gradius 4 at one time, and I wasn't even planning on doing it.
Wow, that's pretty impressive if so.
Yeah,
Because Loop 2 of Gradius 4, the Moe stage, is quite hard.
it gets insane really quickly.
And the Cell stage in particular.
The Cell stage is the bane of everyone's existence when you get there on full rank. Oh, and I don't know if you realized this, but ever since the Gradius 5 STG Weekly, Seahawk actually beat Gradius 4 on hardest.
Nice.
Yeah, he managed to do it. He managed to get past the Cell stage on full rank without dying.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty nice.
Okay, so...
I love Gradius 4. It was the first episode of STG Weekly, in fact.
That was, yeah. Saw it.
Back when,
That's kind of all I got.
Thanks,
back
man.
when the mics were different volumes.
Oh, well, you know. Yeah.
So that's
I saw
Parodius
it.
Da.
Alright, I
It
guess
was good stuff.
I'll outro the show now. Thanks everyone for coming out for STG Weekly 95. This has been the version comparison episode on Parodius Da, or just Parodius.
I hope we didn't bore you. I hope we didn't bore you.
No, like I like to do episodes like this where we're just having fun, you know, checking out the version differences, learning things. We're learning things, checking out those are some nice recoveries you had. So
When
good.
this is on, this is on YouTube, I'm gonna cringe because I don't like my voice on camera.
You get used to it as time goes on. Trust me.
I don't talk in my videos a whole lot, but I think I should probably start getting used to it so I don't hate my voice on camera nearly as much.
You did good.
Okay.
I'm proud.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun today.
Okay.
Thanks for allowing me to do this.
Okay, so till next time, folks. This has been
Alright.
STG Weekly, episode 95.
All right, see ya.
Bye.